Hello YouTube, this is Bill McFadden from Tone Pure Music, and in this video we'll get into using the diminished 7th chord, the minor 7th chord, major 7th chords, and we'll just put them all together and then we'll actually do a few other things as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at this song by, well, actually it was used in Disney, Someday My Prince Will Come. And we'll just go ahead and go through some of the techniques and the 7th chords that we've been talking about in the other videos. So let's get right into it. Okay, as you see, the first chord is the B major 7 chord, right here. Then we'll go into a D 7th chord, but it'll have a sharp 5. So it's basically a D dominant with a sharp 5. Then we'll get into another major 7th. We'll get into another dominant 7 with a sharp 5. A C minor 7, so there's your minor 7. Here's another repetition of the G 7 with the sharp 5, C minor 7. Here we just have a regular F dominant 7, a regular D minor 7. Here's our diminished. So here's the first time we've seen a diminished in the sheet music. And then the next, here it is again. Then we have another E major 7 again. And then we have an E major 7, and here's another diminished, the E diminished chord, and then we follow through with the G, the C minor 7, the F7. So let's go ahead and look at the voicings for this. So we'll start out. So we start out with a B major 7th. Now, one way to look at the major 7 is you have your tonic, then from your third, if you just play a minor third, so you can always think of a major 7th as a tonic plus a minor chord at the third of the scale. Now, that minor chord, which is D minor, you could do the inversion and give you a voicing that's a little more spread out. So here's our D 7th with the sharp 5. So here's a regular D7, there's a sharp 5. So just a regular E major 7. And again, reinforcing that idea, it's the E flat plus a minor chord on the third of the E flat chord. So what I did here is you have your G minor, and then on the minor 7th of the G7, I played a half diminished. So here we have a half diminished F chord on the 7th of the G scale, the minor 7th. And that gives you, here's your sharp 5 of the G, because here's the 5th, here's the sharp 5. But since we're way above the tonic over an octave, the sharp 5 basically becomes the same as a flat 6. And if you add 7 to 6, you get 13. So here's basically a G7 flat 13. And then the other note here is a flat 2nd, or add 7 to 2 and you have 9. So it's basically a G flat 9, flat 13 chord. And that it captures the sharp 5 sound. Very nice voicing for that. And then you could do that. So here's your 7th, your 9th, and your minor 3rd. Or you could just do the basic 1, 3, 5, 7, minor 3, 5, minor 7. So we're doing the flat 13, flat 9 again on the G. Now this F chord voicing, here's your 3rd of F, here's your 6th, here's your root. Well, actually, sorry, we're doing F, so there's your 3rd, your 6th, and your 9th, and then here's your 7th. So a very good voicing for your, even though they didn't say F9, it's a nice touch to add for more interest. Now here's the voicing, F minor 7. We have, there's the 7th, there's the minor 3rd, there's the 5th, and there's your 9th. There's our F7 voicing again with the 9th. And that repeats. Here's another voicing you can use for D minor that sounds good. Here's your 7th. Here's your 9th. There's your minor 3rd. And there's your 5th. So what I did here, here's your F 9th, there's the 9th, there's the 3rd, there's the 6th, there's the 7th. So here's your 6th, you're flatting the 6th. So now we're using an alternate voicing for the B major 6th, right here. So instead of going, or here's a more closed voicing, but it's up high, so it sounds good. So there's your 7th, your major 7th, there's your 9th, 3rd, and 5th. So here we have the D7 sharp 5, which we're using a D7 flat, basically 13 flat 9. And the way we do that is you take from the tonic of the D, you go up to the minor 7th of D, and then use that as your bass for your half diminished. So here we have the half diminished C chord with the root on the 7th of the D. that gives you the same flat 13, flat 9 voicing. Now we're at the E major 7. And then here's the second occurrence of the diminished. So here's another voicing for the B major 7. Here's your root, here's your major 7, here's your third, here's your fifth. So that we're back to the G, flat 13, flat 9. And if you want to, you can just voice it like that. So here you don't have the flat 13, you just have the flat 9. And it's also another use for the diminished chord. On any chord, if you go up to the minor 7th, and then use that as a root of a diminished, it gives you a flat 9 voicing. So there's your G flat 9, G7 flat 9. And then we're at your F7. So that wraps up this tutorial on using the diminished chord in a lead sheet. And you see there's a couple of uses for it that we've gone over. And there are many more. And as time goes on, we'll get into those as well. So this is Bill McFadden from Tone Pure Music. If you like this video, please click like. And if you wish to be notified of upcoming videos, please subscribe. So Bill McFadden from Tone Pure Music signing off.